In October 1985, in a quiet congressional hearing room, a voice known for explaining the universe turned our gaze inward, to our home planet. That voice belonged to Carl Sagan. Sagan wasn't talking about Mars or black holes. He was warning Congress, and the world, about something far more immediate, the greenhouse effect.
My function, it is to give some sense of what the greenhouse effect is, to try to say something about greenhouse effect on other planets, to again underscore that this is a real phenomenon, and then perhaps I can take the liberty to say a few remarks about what to do about it.
The greenhouse effect is not just a theory, it's a fundamental part of physics. Sunlight enters the atmosphere. Some of it reflects back into space, but much is absorbed by Earth. The Earth then radiates heat outward. Greenhouse gases, like CO2, methane, and nitrous oxide, trap some of that heat, and the more of those gases we emit, the more heat is trapped. If you add these infrared-absorbing gases to a planet, the surface temperature has to rise so that there is an equilibrium between what comes in and what goes out. This is the greenhouse effect, Sagan explained. Since the industrial era, we've pumped billions of tons of these gases into the sky. And the result? A steady rise in global temperature. CO2 levels are now over 420 ppm, the highest in over 3 million years. We're seeing the effects all around us: more extreme heat waves, larger wildfires, rising seas, and devastating floods. Sagan warned Congress, if you don't worry about it now, it's too late later on. We are passing on extremely grave problems for our children when the time to solve the problems, if they can be solved at all, is now.
If you don't worry about it now, it's too late later on. And so in this issue, as in so many other issues, we are passing on extremely grave problems for our children, when the time to solve the problems, if they can be solved at all, is now.
Sagan compared Earth to Venus, where a runaway greenhouse effect created a hellish surface. The kind of theoretical armamentarium used to calculate it for Earth also works on other planets like Venus and Mars, he reminded lawmakers. Today's climate models confirm what Sagan warned: without drastic cuts in greenhouse gas emissions, Earth could warm by 2 to 4 degrees Celsius by 2100, threatening ecosystems, food systems, and our very way of life. But there is still hope. Renewable energy is booming. Solar and wind are cheaper than ever. Cities are committing to net zero targets. And young people are rising up to demand action. Carl Sagan saw climate change not just as a scientific issue, but a moral one. It's been nearly 40 years since Sagan's warning. The greenhouse effect hasn't changed. The science hasn't changed. But the urgency has. Now it's our turn to decide, will we listen?